U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio greeted by officials as he arrives in Saudi Arabia Monday. The trip was previously planned, part of his first to the Middle East as Secretary of State. But here in Riyadh, Rubio will be part of a U.S. delegation set to meet with senior Russian officials for talks on ending Moscow's war in Ukraine. The discussions, set for Tuesday, will be the most significant between the two sides since Russia's full-scale invasion nearly 3 years ago, and are meant to pave the way for a meeting between U.S. President Donald Trump and Kremlin leader Vladimir Putin. Meanwhile, speaking to reporters in Kyiv via video link while on a state visit to the UAE, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky dismissing the planned talks entirely. Ukraine will not take part. Ukraine did not know anything about them, he says. Ukraine regards any negotiations on Ukraine without Ukraine as ones that have no result, and we cannot recognize any things, any agreements about us made without us. And amid concerns that Washington and Moscow are on the path to cutting a bilateral deal to end the war, France's president calling an emergency summit of European leaders in Paris to talk about Ukraine. It is a show of solidarity among the countries, according to one analyst, who says one of the fears could be that the U.S. may make a deal without the Europeans.
One sort of potentially really bad outcome for European capitals is to discover that the Americans have basically put them on the hook for attempting to do some sort of peacekeeping mission in Ukraine or whatever, without their say-so, effectively sort of presenting them with a fait accompli type scenario.
Following the meeting, the UK's Prime Minister saying it was clear that leaders would need to step up defence spending and take more responsibility for security on the continent.
And I'm prepared to consider committing British forces on the ground alongside others if there is a lasting peace agreement. But there must be a US backstop, because a US security guarantee is the only way to effectively deter Russia from attacking Ukraine again.
Zelensky says he will be visiting Saudi Arabia on Wednesday, but that his state visit had been planned in advance and has nothing to do with the U.S.-Russian talks. For City News, I'm Erica Natividad.